Hi there, this is my promised video about content recycling, but Facebook Live has been a bit of a pain in the butt, and when I tried to do it on my laptop I just had a blank screen. The little camera light was on but I could only see a black screen, so I didn't think it was going to work. So I've had to use my phone, and I'm hoping that you can hear me okay because I've never used this phone and the mic for a live. And I'm also going to have to keep the video fairly short because I do not have the arm strength to hold my phone out like this for too long. So in this video, I wanted to talk about how you can get every piece of content, well, not every piece, but some of your content to work really, really hard. And so it looks like you're kind of pulling fresh content out of thin air. So I'll tell you a little story about how my weekend works, and then you'll understand how I get into this pattern. On a Sunday night, after I get back from my mum's, who cooks me dinner every Sunday, we all get back and my husband has the crummy job of going outside in the freezing cold to sort out the rubbish and the recycling. And while he's doing the recycling of plastics and paper, which is important, I am sat nice and toasty warm on the sofa with my laptop doing my own kind of recycling. So I go through all of the content that I've created in the last 7 days, and I look at what would be good to include in the roundup of my newsletter. So my newsletter that goes out on a Monday is kind of a roundup of the best stuff that I've put out in the last week. So from what's been on my Facebook page, or if I've done a collaboration with somebody else, I'll link out to that, and a kind of summary of what's gone on in the group, or if there's been a new blog post. So I'm already recycling content like that by pulling it into a sort of single email and linking out to it to give it a chance to be seen again. And as I go through this list of content that I think is great and that I want to put inside my email, I ask myself the question, can I repurpose or recycle this content in any way? And it helps me to just keep creating what seemingly looks like new stuff, but it's with almost no effort at all. So I thought I'd run through an example of what will get recycled this weekend. Yesterday, I did a Facebook Live video about how to get your case studies in front of people. So I talked about how to make people want to read your case studies because you're presenting it as a similar situation to the position that they're in now. And if you want to hear more about that, so I don't repeat myself, you can go and watch the video. And then as I was finishing the video, I thought actually this would fit really well on the case studies page. I don't think it's worth a whole new blog post all of its own, but I could pop that video at the bottom of the case studies blog post and maybe just type up a quick summary of what I said in the video. And then I've updated that blog post, and then I will mention that on my email, and I'll share it on my Facebook page and say that the blog post has been updated with additional information. So I haven't actually had to create anything new for that. I've just used a video that I've already made, downloaded it, and then uploaded it to a blog post. And then last weekend, I had something else, like another post I posted in a different Facebook group. I shared a picture of a screenshot that showed like I've made over 130 videos, and I shared a post about how that amazes me because I was so scared of doing videos when I first started out, and I wasn't expecting the response I got. I think it's got nearly 200 likes or reactions to that post, and then there like a discussion started in the comments, and someone asked me a really great question about how what advice would I give someone to just starting out with video. And I'd written quite a bit to go with the photograph as well. I didn't just like post a photo, but I had talked a little bit about how anxious I'd felt when I first started with video and how I got over that. So this weekend I will go through that content, take out the best bits and turn that into a blog post, because the reaction I got from it indicates to me that there's like an audience for that content. People want to learn a bit more about how I got started with video and how I got over my fear of video, and I've already written most of it, so I'm just going to copy and paste it across and tidy it up, and then I've got a whole new blog post out of it. And then the last piece that I was going to repurpose, I answered a question. One of my VIPs asked me a question in our like little private Facebook group, it's just for us, and it was about like what should, for her marketing emails that she's planning on sending out regularly, excuse me, what content should be in it. And I started typing out this answer, and I don't know, once I get carried away with myself, I just get going and I can't stop. And this answer ended up being absolutely massive. But I was really proud of it. It was very good, and it had like a good template of things that you are trying to achieve with your marketing emails, and then how to make sure you get a good mix of those things in your emails. So I was looking at that, I was like, this is really good. I could just use that as a blog post. So I am going to copy and paste it pretty much as it is, and that's a whole new blog post, and then I'll share that in my email on Monday. And then from that list, we had another discussion in the VIP group, and we kind of ended up with like some mantras that you should be saying to yourself when you're creating your online content. And they were so good. I was like, I should just turn this into a poster and we could all put it on our walls. So now I'm going to do that too. And so there's all of these new pieces of content that are going to be created. I say this weekend, I mean, we'll see how busy I get over the weekend, but in the coming days. And I haven't actually had to create anything new. Like, I've not come up with a completely new idea to do that. I'm just taking stuff that I've already created and making it work even harder, making sure that more people see it, and that it's working really hard for my business. So I thought, like, a Friday night thought for you. I'm going to leave that with you. Can you pick a time, like on a Friday night or sometime over the weekend, or maybe first thing on Monday morning, where you look back over the last 7 days and think about what content you've already created? And that doesn't, when I say content you've created, that doesn't mean what you've already put to your Facebook page or what you've already published on your blog. Think about answers that you've given to people on emails, or posts that you've typed up elsewhere on Facebook, or comments that you've added to other people's content. So it's kind of like ideas that you've already started and you've already typed out some of it, or maybe already done a video for it. Then how can you make that work even harder for your business? So it's about taking a broader perspective. I haven't even had my Friday night wine yet. It's about taking a broader perspective. When I say content, I don't mean like just what you write on your website and your blog. I'm talking about anything where you have put value and out there, where you've been helpful to people, where you've communicated with people. How can you repurpose that and get it in front of even more people to add even more value? So that was it. That was my Friday night thinking. And then when I couldn't get the Facebook Live to work, I was like, damn it, I'm just going to have to do it on my phone, because if I don't, this is going to bug me all weekend, and I really wanted to get this out there. So thank you so much for watching. Hi, Katie. Katie, can you hear me okay? Because I'm using a new headphone mic setup, and I don't know if it's working. I might have just spent like 10-12 minutes talking to myself and nobody can hear me. I'll have to watch it back to find out. But I'm finishing now because it's Friday night and I'm totally done. I need to go and cook some dinner. Thank you so much for watching. And hi, Katie. And I'll be back with some more lives next week. Thanks. Bye.